How's it going, guys? It's Burgas here and welcome to another Call of Dragons video. Today we're going to talk about the new Marksman heroes. I'm not going to go over the whole update. And the weirdest thing about this update isn't the new Marksman heroes, is the fact that one of the Marksman heroes have a tank, basically Marksman tank. When I first read that, I honestly thought it actually didn't make any sense. Marksmen have always been about positioning and damage, not tanking. But the more I look at it, the more I start thinking, maybe this hero isn't changing what marksmen do, maybe it's changing what marksman rallies are supposed to do. Every new generation starts exactly the same way. Players immediately ask whether the new hero is worth summoning. I will ask a different question. Why would the developers create a marksman tank after all those years? Because if we understand that decisions, I think we will understand this entire generation before we even see the skill. And that usually leads to much better investment decision than simply waiting for damage numbers. In general, we're trying to understand how the developers are thinking. If you enjoyed this type of discussion, consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really helped the channel, and let me know if you like more investigations like this one. The first thing everybody noticed was the tank talent. Mine too, but the more I look at it, the less I thought it was solving a marksman problem. I think it's solving a rally problem. Open field marksmen survive because they can repositioning. Rallies can't. Once a rally starts, it has one job: stay alive long enough to keep producing damage. That completely changed what make a hero valuable. And boy oh boy, I have seen this over and over and over again. People are trying to make a rally, marksman rally, but it end up to do, it's doing pretty decent damage, but the amount of death unit you get, how fast this rally go down, is something that maybe the developers right now are considering. Because before that, we was having a rallies that was created with Sibyl. If I can actually find her, should be Sibyl. Sibyl is having a rally talent tree, also having pretty nice spells, especially also for the rally at the end of the day. So that was one of the most used rallies in Call of Dragons. But here is the thing. Let's say a player like me like to fight, okay? But at one point I need my mages. This is obvious. For example, I'm mage main. In the same time, I need my infantry. I mean, non-stop sending infantry tanks on the battlefield. Cavalry and marksmen is something that I don't need. Even though that right now I'm trying to actually switch to cavalry. I'm start building some heroes. I have Bakshi and Emrys like awaken it. And yeah, I'm start building some cavalry heroes. But I don't need marksmen. And there is a very solid percentage from the players who don't actually need marksmen. So what we can do, on one side, we don't want to send our infantry in the rally, because just by sending our infantry, we're not going to have infantry on the battlefield. It's going to be either in the hospital or it's going to be dead. The other thing is sending your mages. Right now with Kantaman, to be fair, with Kantaman you can get some good rallies. Where is my Kantaman right now? It's Awakened 6-star, and I think I have some rally reports from the Kantaman. If I can actually, look at this thing. Kantaman is still doing pretty nice damage. This is from the attacker under Alliance territory. Still, as you can see, it's like 1 to 2, but this is still not that bad straight. It's not that bad straight. Compared to the other one, where it's like 67k, 263. This is against Lee Kwan and Kuma. And here, 130, 483 again Lee Kwan and Kuma. So you see that Kantaman is also, defining the rally meta. But the marksman one, that is the tank one, I'm expecting that is going to be something like is going to be something that is going to change the marksmans, and having these tank talents is going to support everything in this direction, because so far all of the marksman rallies are collapsing. They get killed extremely fast. People are swarming these rallies. Even me with mages, I'm swarming those rallies and I get positive traits. So I think the developers are working in this direction to bring us something like a good marksman rally. Then I noticed something else. The developer didn't just release Mylra, they released Kolk, a new artifact, and a new pet at exactly the same time. That doesn't feel random. It feels like they're building an entire marksman generation around one idea. One hero focused on open field, another one focused on the rallies. Then they add an artifact and pet that naturally fits that same ecosystem. And if I can give you an example about this type of generation, I can give again the latest generation, which is Verdun with Kantaman. Legendary, yeah. Verdun is maybe one, if not the best open field hero. Now, some people are going to compare him with Yun Ming. Obviously, my reports with Yun Ming is also beast, but still, my Verdun is not awakened. This thing here is what make this hero crazy. Reducing infantry defense by 40%, cavalry HP reduction 40%, marksman how much damage is doing 40%, magic hero skill damage 40%. So this hero, if he's doing AoE with his rune, is just going to make 3 legions very, very bad. On top of that, his damage is not that bad on top of that. So by seeing this hero, very, very solid open field hero, period. On the other side, this is one of Generation 5. We're having Kantaman. Kantaman Rally. I already showed you the Rally, but this bad boy is having so much defense reduction. Magic units enemy defense penetration. The other one, enemy defense penetration, max defense penetration. So you can see extra damage, more hero skill damage. With Verdun, 20% more hero skill damage when it's awakened. So you see that here we have very solid hero for open field, and we have very solid hero for rally. I think this is what exactly is happening right now with marksmans. We're going to have precision, the best damage for open field for marksmans. Sometimes his skill is depending which hero we're talking about, but precision, like the skill, is like the skill damage for the mages. And here we have rally and tank. So we're having basically the same, but for marksmans. And since this marksman is having a tank tower, which is something that I think Kantaman is not actually having. I don't remember. It's actually having control tower tree. I think this tank is going to be in great support for marksman. And here is the thing with the marksmans. I want to point out something. Now, if you go and check it out, marksmans are not that squishy. People are going to say marksman is squishy. It's not that squishy. Vestos, tier 5 Vestos is having like 192 HP. Celestials is having the same HP, 192. Marksman's is having 211%, 211 HP. This is like 20 HP per unit more, 19 per unit. Now, if we check cavalry, cavalry is having 229. So what is the difference here? We're having some difference, definitely, don't get me wrong, but it's not that crazy. So ballista is not that bad. I mean, it's still having more HP from the mages, and on top of that, it's going to have a tank. So I'm expecting this this marksman rally build to be something that is going to be very, very solid. This is my expectation. I'm not marksman main. I don't play with marksmans, but this is what is my expectations. From by comparing with the previous generation, I think here the base or the foundation of the marksmans and what talents the new hero is going to have is just going to build better rally composition from what we're having. This is something that I think is going to happen. And that's what's changed the question for me. I don't think the biggest mistake after this update will be skipping Mylra. I think it will be investing before you know what kind of marksman account you're trying to build. If your focus is open field, your priorities might be completely different. If your alliance rely on you for rallies, you might be a different again. And if you're a wolf spender trying to build everything at once, it's probably the fastest way to fall behind. And this is something that I do for a very long time. I don't go for every new hero presented in this game. I only go for the heroes that I actually need. And this is one of the heroes. As you can see, Verdun, to be fair, I can immediately awake him. I have like 400 legendary tokens. It's going to be just enough to awake this hero. I'm just not in rush. Kantaman, fully awakened. To achieve that, I was have to make sacrifices on the way. So that's why I believe with the new marksman that is coming, is going to strongly depend what kind of account are going to, you want to build. 100% this is going to be something that the whales and krakens for sure have to have, or the max decoration players, because they're going to be the rally leads. So yeah, for them, yes, but for normal person, I don't think you should build around the rally marksman. Maybe leave it this to the whales and krakens and just fill the rally. I think this is something as a suggestion for me from point of the Mylra, a new marksman. The other one, Kolk, I think is going to, first of all, it's free to play friendly because it's from the Wookiee spin and Well of Destiny. And yeah, I think this is maybe the place where the people is going to focus their resources, the marksman mains, let's say it like this. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this update. I'm not going to go over the rest of the things here, basically just these two new heroes, because you know guys, you asked me a lot for this video because you enjoy my previous update video. So yeah, we're not just getting new heroes, we're getting a new way to think about marksman's investment. A huge thank you to all of the channel members because your support gives me time to test those heroes, compare different builds, and make videos that go beyond first impression. If you do like to support the channel and help me continue making investigations like this, you can check out the membership below the video.